yourself, just socializing. But you better not ask me to start freestyling. Honestly, I don't like the nightlife, fool. Since I'm here, I guess I'll enjoy the lights like you.
Save sweat. Save sweat.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight.
Ed, always a pleasure to be in the booth with you. It reminds me a lot of my backcourt teammates. Actually, they were faster, could jump higher, and could shoot better. But anyway, we got a big-time matchup tonight.
You know, Jay, if you take a couple of letters and vowels away, you can go from Cohen to Duhan, just like that. The Clippers win the opening tip as we get things started at Staples. Beverly to Leonard. To Paul George. Fires the three. His first effort off the mark. And scores at the rim. Beautifully done with the Euro step.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
To George. Leonard. Missed it. Pascal Siakam, strong finish.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Well, their first three, and they're right back in it, within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those that dropped earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Leads just a point. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop.
And you see so many players quit on the play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Beverly to Leonard. Down to 5 on the 24. Leonard. Smothering D. To Van Vliet. Won't go down.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Beverly to Paul George. Now a steal as the Raptors have it.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know just like I know you're not getting back on D.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. To Leonard. Screen coming. Leonard to Gortat. George. That won't go.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Paul George. That pass taken away by Toronto. To Van Vliet. Lowry, tough matchup against George. Well, can't do that.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Lowry to Gasol. Trying to cash in. The shot no good by Gasol.
And so much of the shot is before the shot even occurs. As a defense, make him do things he's uncomfortable with. Stay up on him, make him catch the ball outside of his comfort zone.
Kawhi Leonard against the former Finals MVP. For three, he was all over him. Lowry into the front court. His team up by 1. Clippers have the basketball. Leonard to Beverly. Probing the defense. Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. George. Paul George. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Fred VanVleet to Lowry. Kawhi Leonard able to recover with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Leonard, his first quarter struggles from deep continue. It's no good. Lowry, download this all. He throws it down. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
To Leonard. Oh, had him going there for a second. Nothing going here on that drive. Leonard to George. Leonard. And he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Leonard. That's good D. Shot no good. Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Count the basket at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Leonard. Beverly. Here comes the screen. Leonard. To Beverly. George. They'll get it down low to Harrell. Shot clock violation. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Marcin Gortat sends it away.
He sent a message on that one, Ed.
Message received. Well defended. Lowry. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Paul George. Gortat. To George. Going to launch beyond the arc. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Beverly into the front court. 12-6 our score. George against the KG veteran Iguodala. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Take stock of the floor. Here comes the screen. George, he's got it for three.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Lowry into the front court. Leads three. Clippers have it. To Paul George. Oh, he had him there for a second. Fakes. Drives to the rim. And scores.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next-level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Pascal Siakam to Gasol. And stuffs it home.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Nope. First one does not go. Second one's good. Splits the pair. crossover, gets inside, and the slam dunk. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
And draws the foul.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Paul George has got 2 shots coming, shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Misses the first. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. From the outside, no good. To George. Strong finish for Paul George. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
And they call it.
His timing was a tad bit off.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Number 26, Kyle Korver.
And Jay, they call the foul.
A simple touch foul.
26, Kyle Korver. That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 3.
And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Time for some new personnel into the game.
Los Angeles Clippers are at the limit.
OG Anunoby against Paul George. To Gasol. And the Clippers with the rebound. Parker into the front court. Down by 1. Backcourt violation is called. Rises for the slam.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
And he'll go to the foul line.
Here's the truth. As long as you're using your legs and your body to stay in front of the offensive player, you won't get called for those. You keep reaching, though, it's going to be a long night.
Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Stuffs it down with authority.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. 1 bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
And hits the first free throw. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Gilgeous-Alexander. To Williams. Deep right corner. Williams. Shot clock winding down from long range. He got it off in time, but that shot no good. Toronto with the basketball. Down to Gasol. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim.
Old school equals high percentage.
And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Substitution being made in this one. Montrezl Harrell with a piece. That's going to be out of bounds. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. And scores. Strong take.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Toronto has the basketball. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Yo, Ed, how's that saying go? Fool me once, you used up the free pass. You know how they're calling this one. Ease up on the aggressive plays on the ball.
Norman Powell at the line for 2 shots. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. And he makes them both. To Paul George. Gilgeous-Alexander. To Williams. Paul George. To Williams. George. Not that time. To Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander. George here against Joe Johnson. 4-3. It was contested, but Paul George still dials in for 3.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, Ed.
Paul George, he's at 50%. Solid. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
That's playing with fire. Dirk Nowitzki knocks down the wide-open Jay.
And I just hear my high school coach preaching this thing to me every single day, and it's still pertinent for the NBA. It's all about spacing. And when you have guys who are lethal three-point shooters and they understand spacing, oh, that whole floor opens up, and that's a thing of beauty to watch.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Rim rocker for Norman Powell.
That's how you punctuate a good first quarter. 3 more left to go, but you've set the momentum for the second.
Oh, yes, me and you, me and you.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Fires the 3. Cleans it up. Offensive board. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And if you have the ball in your hands on offense and you're that open and you see the defense sprinting at you, directly at you, not taking an angle to try to block your shot to not hit you, brace yourself for contact, focus on making the basket, and one every time.
That ends the first quarter. 1 quarter down. Side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast, and the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
Had a good look there, but it's no good. Williams gets it in the left corner. To Williams. Finger roll, finishing with finesse.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Lowry has the basketball. To Ibaka. Deep 2 there, won't go. To Williams. Has a look. No good. The defender was a little too close for comfort. Lowry with it. Up by 3. Add 2 points to the board.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Wide open look, won't go.
If I'm the player that just missed that shot, just because you're open doesn't mean you need to shoot. You can put the ball down on the ground and drive to the rim.
Well done, Kyle Lowry. 3 for 6 now.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
To Williams. And the rebound taken by Gasol. Nowitzki to Lowry. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Lowry converts the three-point play as the Raptors able to extend their lead. Here comes the screen. Leonard. Textbook defense. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His team leads it by 10. And they call it.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Clippers have it. And a throwdown.
That transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Screen coming. Big finish at the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
It's blocked.
You see, that's why you never give up on the play, Ed. You always stay in the game.
Reminiscent of LeBron on Iguodala. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Beverly into the front court. They find themselves down 10. Korver to Gortat. From the painted area, won't go down.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Baseline drive, but he can't finish. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
The offense has very little type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Lowry, bad pass there. Clippers have it. To Leonard. Oh, had him going there for a second. Kyle Lowry with the rock. Well done, Kyle Lowry. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Beyond the arc for three. Still can't buy one from distance. It's no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
So you're just going to let him go coast to coast like that?
To Leonard. Here's a chance from long range, and his woes from deep continue. It's no good.